Hey, this is Anthony Dinar and Brandon Hayes, and this is some pre-recorded footage for Star Wars Shadow of the Empire.
Shadows.
Well, it's one big shadow, almost. The game is incredibly dark. I mean, not this level, but like overall, you'll see later on, it's pretty hard to see.
I watched you play a little bit of this when you were doing it live.
Before you fell asleep.
Right. Oh, because I was so tired. And it was very dark to a point where you were in a sewer level or something. You had to turn up the brightness all the way on the computer monitor just to tell what you were doing.
Yeah, I almost gave up then. Yeah, it was tough.
But you actually played through this entire game and beat it.
Yeah, this is a long play for sure.
But it's on easy mode.
Oh, fuck you.
Just want to make sure people know you're still an awful gamer.
This is low score after all. But this starts out in a very, familiar place. You're on Hoth, and, the first phase, you're just shooting those things, those little small black robots. And then you go to the biped walkers, and then
AT-AT and the ATST.
Yeah. So I got to to the end sort of, and I'm like, oh wow, I remember this as a kid where I couldn't do it, and I can't do it as an adult either because I just died there.
Yeah.
But if you do it right, you can trip them, and so I finally got it. It's not as easy as it looks. It's a little clunky.
Yeah, I remember doing this back when this game was brand new and having some difficulty with that.
Yeah.
But you probably never read the book Shadows of the Empire.
No, so yeah, I learned that this is tied to an actual story.
Yeah, this is from the extended universe, and now that Disney bought Star Wars, I don't know if this is canon anymore or not, but it was basically a story that took place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So the whole story is you meet up with this guy who you're running around as right now, Dash Rendar, I think his name is.
Yeah, he's like a ripoff of Han Solo.
Yeah, basically. And the whole thing is Dash teams up with Luke and Leia to try and get Han Solo back, because right now he's frozen in carbonite and Boba Fett has him, and Boba Fett's taking him to Jabba's palace. So the whole point of the book is just to show them trying to rescue Han and obviously failing, right?
Yeah.
There's no point to this story because you would think Dash isn't in the movies, so obviously they have to kill off his character at the end of the book.
Right, you know that he dies.
He flies around in this shitty Millennium Falcon ripoff looking thing. Did they show it, I think, right? So
well, yeah, we just saw it. I thought that was the actual Millennium Falcon. I was going to make a joke, though, because, the proportions are all wrong, because it doesn't look right. It's weird.
It's this weird squished version of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing is just pointless. I guess if you like Star Wars and you wanted that extended universe fun, you get it for a brief second. The Shadows of the Empire are this weird shadow terrorist organization.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember what they're called. And you're trying to take them out too, or in the book they're trying to take them out, and I guess those guys just get wiped out. It's been so long since I read the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically all the events in this don't matter.
Yeah, because I didn't even know it really existed. When I was playing it, you had told me, oh yeah, in the way back machine, I remember somewhere of this actually being a real story,
because this was the most popular of all the extended universe stuff. They really promoted the shit out of this book, and they made it into a video game, obviously, and there were comic books and all this other crap. I think you could even buy a Dash Rendar action figure at one point.
Of course. Is it because Han Solo didn't sign a deal for those 3 movies? He only signed for 2. So, were they gonna maybe use this character if...
No. This came way after.
Oh, okay.
This game came out in, 98, 99. That's roughly when the book came out, too.
Gotcha.
this was just a way to like sort of, I don't know, revigorize or I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like
just get a shot in the arm. Yeah.
Yeah, like help the franchise out. And, you know, because there was nothing else going on at that point. So it was like a big thing. Like, oh, hey, Star Wars is kind of sort of back.
Yeah. There's something really stupid about this game. Is like, there's so many fucking switches. I understand this is for the N64. So, like, you can't get that much going on. But it does seem a little bare. There's just a lot of wide open spaces. And it's really just like, go and find the switches, hit the switches, kill the bad guys, and then you're done. Like, it's pretty linear. You can't go off the tracks, so to speak. And whatever that monkey thing is that just popped up, like, he's your friend. He's like a 3CPO monkey.
3CPO? I guess he is a ripoff, so we can call him that. 3CPO. The controls look kind of weird in this. Was it hard to move? It
was really hard to like, because you fought the camera a lot. Yeah. I remember when this first came out, I played it and it took forever. If you shoot him on the foot, I do it here in just a minute. It takes barely any damage. I remember as a kid spending forever killing that guy by only attacking his feet. I didn't realize at the time that, like, if you attack, like, the spot where the people sit at, you can actually, like, hurt them a lot faster.
I would naturally assume that.
I was a dumb kid. I don't know what to tell you.
Meanwhile, though, like, you're still not hitting them where you need to.
Well, I had to get up top. But, yeah, no, it's...
Oh, you shouldn't have made that jump.
I know, isn't that... And then, like, he's dead in 2 seconds. Look at that.
That's the most powerful handgun in the universe.
Well, I like saved my upgrades. See, there's the Millennium Falcon. I thought it looks all like small, and that's where you played chess on that little table right there, right? I mean,
I guess every
ship
like this in the Star Wars universe comes with a default chess set.
Yeah, and that's the end of the level.
Ship is ugly piece of garbage. I don't like these games that show, like, you half the time you're running around as a guy and then the other half you're flying, because typically the game is only set up for one. Like, the game engine is set up for, like, you being the guy running around on the ground, and then they kind of throw this in as like a half-assed sort of filler level.
Yeah.
And it never feels like this was properly designed. Like, if you want to play a flying game, play one that's specifically designed for flying.
Yeah, because then it'll fly better. You spent most of your time as a person, and it was the smoothest as the guy. But as you asked me earlier, like, you know, do you have trouble with the controls? And yeah, the camera sucks. But like all the other versions of playing this game were even worse. Yeah, I did really bad at this.
Should have lost your legs at that point, and your head. Meanwhile, in the book, you were teamed up with Luke and Leia and Chewie and everyone, like I said.
Yeah.
But in this game, it's like, Dash just does everything by himself.
Well, there are movie scenes that I cut out of here, and they're barely even, like, movie scenes. They're just for the plot, and it's really bleak, so I ended up just cutting it. This playthrough was like maybe 3.5-4 hours long, and I cut it way down. But you do like interact with Luke and Leia.
Were you supposed to jump on that?
Yeah, I thought so. So I'm like, okay, well, because if you don't jump to the right one, then the one you're on eventually goes away, and I die. I like how it's an immediate stop too, by the way. So like there's that platform. I jumped it on before you spread apart, and it's too wide now. But and
there's no indication. Your fucking monkey robot doesn't say like jump to the other one.
Yeah, no, not really. No. And then like after a while, if you're on the wrong one, it starts to vibrate, like shake, and then fall off the rails. So if you got stuck on that one, you just died.
Were you playing with the sweet Rumble Pack?
No, I wasn't. And then, like, the shooting is really bad. You just, like, go in the general direction and then shoot, and then he'll, like, move his gun and hit the guy, right? And that sounds cool, right? It must be real easy to hit the bad guy. But no, it's not. It's like you kind of just have to wait for the computer to catch up. Like, look at me. I'm shooting all over the place, waiting for him to point the gun at him because, like, you can only aim so well.
I don't understand why when these games first came out and you got like Zelda was one of the early launches and it got Z targeting.
Yeah.
It's like, that's perfect. Now that should just be in every game.
Yeah, it should be.
See, there's your fucking robot telling you to jump.
Yeah, but it's just pick and choose. You know, he's...
See, but now that he's telling you all this stuff, I would think, like, unless he says jump, I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Nope. There's one time where if you stay on it, it just goes into the water. That's like rust water or whatever.
Yeah, what is this, Garbage Planet?
Yeah. This is like a garbage dump place. It's like he's just here to go dumpster diving. And then, like, he tells you, like, brace for impact because we're going to break through the front doors. It's like, okay. And now we're dead.
Yeah, there's no surviving that.
So there's the boss to this level. He's the master dumpster diver. And this is his collection of fine goods.
He's that one YouTuber, Dumpster Marcus.
It's an awesome channel, by the way. I spent a lot of time watching that.
Awesomely terrible.
It's like, I should be calling him Dumpster Marcus, but no, he like totally owns it. Like he introduces himself.
Yeah, you can't make fun of him. He's proud of it.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get around all of his fine collectibles to shoot this asshole.
This looks... I mean, not that I'm trying to make a pun or anything, but this looks like pure garbage. Like, the graphics are just like, it's just pixelated mess. You can't even tell. Meanwhile, you're really showing off this easy mode.
Shut up.
Like, those bosses go down super fast. Like, you didn't even need to wrap the cord around that ATST's feet. You could have just jumped out and shot him with your blaster.
With my blaster. Well, you see I have laser on right there, and I just picked up Seekers. Like, the Seekers and the other, like, upgrades is what does it. If you have to fight any boss with your laser, you're fucked.
So that was Seekers that you were using?
Yeah. And you have to, like, pause it and go in the menu and turn off the camera, because when you shoot a Seeker, it's like that previous episode you did with Xena, Warrior Princess.
Where it follows the bullet or whatever.
Yeah, it's stupid. So then you can only shoot, like, one at a time. But time is still, like, moving forward because you're seeing it in the camera.
What are you even shooting at?
Who knows?
So far away.
Yeah, but it's like he saw it and he'll shoot it. And what sucks is, like, if you don't get a clear shot, they can be shooting you, but, like, if you don't manipulate the camera just right, he's not going to move his gun. So then, like, you can't shoot up or down because it's not, like, just left or right. See, like, that robot was up a little bit higher. Like, if the camera isn't facing the enemy just right, he's not going to move his gun, so it makes it impossible to shoot him, even though they can shoot you. But dingy. No, I'm just joking.
Not what those are. Every Star Wars video we do, you're always wrong.
I like how they fall off.
Yeah, like, why are they out here? Do they know you're coming? Was this built by the Empire? Those little walkways?
No, you're here for, like, well, yeah, it must be built because look at this facility. But, like, I don't know what this was, like, if the Empire just took it over or if they built it themselves. But
I mean, what are those walkways? Those weren't natural. Those were nice, smooth walkways with no railings, because nothing in Star Wars has railings ever. But, like, so if you're, like, some Imperial guard, Like, I gotta get to my shift, gotta get to my position.
Like, that's the road home and to work, yeah.
It's like, that's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks.
I wouldn't want that job.
So, yeah, you get your jetpack. And it took me forever to figure out how to work this. So, like, you have to be in the air and press another button before you hit the ground to actually activate the jetpack. So I'm like, well, maybe it's not turning on. Maybe I have to be like out there in the air to use it, you know, that sort of thing. So like I sat here and fucked with it for too long, just trying to figure it out.
Oh, you don't jump off the cliff before you figure out. Big dummy.
There you go. So you only get like, you know, so much fuel and it regenerates.
Do you have to wear ass armor for that?
Can you imagine having gas? Like, ate too many beans that day? So I sped it up because like just this one part was like,
whoa.
I know, right? It was ridiculous. It's just a dumb platform, and yeah, I don't know.
I hate that it runs out too.
Yeah,
like the fuel or whatever, but then it recharges. Like
only when you're on the ground. So like as you're falling, it won't recharge. It only recharges when your feet are firmly on the ground.
How does it know?
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea. So there's like pulse cannons upgrade right there, I think.
I should have been counting all the switches, but you cut out a bunch of footage too. You probably cut out some switches.
I did, and but this whole game is nothing but switches.
Switches of the Empire.
Switches of the Empire. So, like, see how there's that thing in front of you where the switch is? Like, you can't shoot anything that's in front of you. Like, the only way you could really shoot anything is by looking backwards. So like being on these little boat things just fucking suck.
I was gonna say, but there's no one to shoot anyway. But I guess there kind of is. But
they're
not hitting you.
No, but like
would you do? Why would you do that? Like that thing was still moving. No one told you to jump off it.
Well, it's how much easier does it need to be, Brad? No, I don't know.
You could have like just doomed yourself. Like, this isn't where you need to jump off. This is just scenery.
It's totally possible. But, I don't know. They didn't make anything that they didn't have to.
I like that you're, like, dead set against killing this guy. Just go inside.
It's so dark. And this is brighter than it was when I was playing it. Because when we play it, we hook it up to this machine so we can record. And it's like, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's darker when I'm trying to play it than it is the way that you're seeing it right now. And it's also been, like, enhanced or whatever. Because
when you run it through the program we render videos with, it just automatically brightens things, even if you don't want it to.
Yeah.
Which is stupid and sometimes annoying, but here it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's actually beneficial. Meanwhile, like, again, that blaster is just too fucking powerful.
So it's like, okay, you kill him, it opens this hatch, and there's more switches inside. And I thought, like, okay, well, I hit all the switches, nothing happens. I'm like, well, maybe I was too slow. So here's me fighting with the camera. Maybe I was too slow, like, maybe I have to hit all of them within a certain time. And then I was like, that's not working either. Maybe like only some of them I should turn on, and other ones, like, you know, will stay off. And it's a puzzle. So it solved the puzzle. And it took me forever. I almost gave up at this point because I was too hard. This was harder than fighting that fucking droid thing.
Yeah, well, you can put the difficulty on easy, but the puzzles still remain. So is that it? Is that you figured out the puzzle or no?
No, see, like, those two are still on. That one's green, and like you can go inside these rooms, and I made it even brighter.
Yeah, I can tell that you brightened this.
And there's nothing, you can't fucking see. Like, they call it Shadows of the Empire. It's so fucking dark. They didn't even like render anything on that left side.
Just solid black walls.
Yeah. So, like, I sped it up, and, like, this is kind of making me
Yeah, I was
dizzy.
just gonna say, like, you should. I just could take your word for it that you figured out the puzzle eventually. You didn't need to keep this part.
Like, yeah, I gotta show you the pain I went through.
Oh, this is terrible. Don't ever do this again.
Yeah, no, it sucks. But, like, those two stayed on. Why, like, I hit the third one, and then they turn off. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, I just saw a door open. Did you solve the puzzle?
No, because, like, you gotta...
This is unwatchable. This is terrible.
Now, this seems really slow, but this is normal speed.
You ever see, like, a wasp that can't make up its mind and just flies around, like, doesn't know where it wants to land? It's just being a big, dumb, stupid animal.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you were doing just now.
And, like, I just wandered around in the darkness. See, like, the problem
Is that a door?
Yeah, you thought it was a door, because it looks like it could have been a door, right? But, like, I just had to walk around. And then, like, this is me going to the extreme and showing you how bright I can make it.
This is what I saw, like, when you were playing before, like, you crank up the brightness 100% is as bright as the computer monitor can get. And it's still like, I can't see really what's going on.
It's because they didn't even, like, put graphics on that dark side. So, like, I just had to walk around aimlessly. And I thought, well, maybe I didn't solve the puzzle. So I run back out there and hit the switches some more. Then I run back inside and see if, like, one of those fake doors opened. And they don't open. They're not real doors. They're just, like, this part of the game is just abandoned. And then eventually, walking through the shadows, you come across this. Just out of pure dumb luck.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I know, that's like the one and only time I never, like, got hit going through one of those stupid things.
I like how it just flashes. Like it should be cutting you in half or something.
Yeah. It's like Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's like when you get hit once, it just cuts you in half, you're dead.
And what's this facility for?
Who knows? The whole point you're here is to, like, get to Boba Fett.
Is that him?
No. But he's the boss of this level. Again, it's so fucking dark. What's going on? This game, why? Why would they do that?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they couldn't... There was, like, too much going on. They couldn't have the 64 render a lot of stuff. Like, they needed some things black. Like, you know how, like, when you're playing a game like Silent Hill or something, it's like 90% fog?
Yeah.
It's like to be less of a strain on the system.
Yeah, but, like, when you're in a hallway, like, it takes more effort to render that little cavern thing that I'm shooting into than it does to, like, make a fucking hallway, you know, lit up.
I like how every time you pick up health, it's like 5 health. 5 health. Like, thanks.
Yeah.
You're being so fucking generous.
And you get hit once and it's like 10%, it's gone. So, like, you want me to try this on hard? Like, I'm dying enough as it is. It's just so blocky and hard to control.
No, that's why I don't really like any 64 games. But no, it's funny that, like, it doesn't matter, like, whatever you play, like, you always go straight to the options and hit easy mode if you can.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's...
And then you don't get the proper ending. Sometimes it's like, hey, that was a good effort, but... Why is that so difficult?
I don't know.
But they tell you, like, hey, good effort, but why don't you play like a man?
Yeah, fuck that.
And then you'll get the proper ending.
Nope, won't do it. So I'm trying to shoot that guy, and then it just knocks you off. Like, there was, like, the air did it. And I'm fucked. I'm trying to make it to the platform, but no, I'm dead. I can't go back. And it's over.
I like that. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. Like, just end. They gave you an extra 10 seconds there at the end.
So here's me fighting with the camera again. Like, I can't...
You should just be able to duck and stay ducked, and you would be fine, you know? Like, shoot from that angle if you had to, but otherwise just, like, let the thing take you where it needs to go.
Yeah. So then, like, here's Boba Fett. And of course, you can't kill him because, like you said, he
needs to be alive in Jedi.
Exactly. Boom! Just walked right into that. And he's a bitch to fight too. Like, again, me fighting with the camera. Eventually, like, you get the hang of it. Like, okay, this is how he fights, and I'm using my upgrades there, my pulse cannon. And I'm like, okay, like, I think I got this down. There's lots of health around. This is easy. Like, I'm glad I put it on easy.
Again, you're burning him like crazy.
Yeah. This is great.
What does he do, though? Like, he just runs away?
Yeah.
Like, he gets to, like, 1%, and he's like, I'll get you next time, Dash.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, like, he's a big pussy. He runs constantly. 1%. He's down to 1%. Just run away. Like, for good.
He kind of was a big pussy in the movies, too. Like, everyone loves him, but he really didn't do much.
Yeah. He's just more mysterious. I think that's why people liked him so much.
Until George ruined that with the prequels.
Yeah. It's extra life.
Which I just
and I almost lost it. Yeah, I don't pretend it happened either. I'd rather believe in the extended universe than... Is that an awesome way to kill him? I'm like, sweet, that was awesome.
Somehow he survived.
So then he's in his ship, and then you gotta fight him in the fucking ship. Like, I hate that when you have to fight bosses multiple times. And he was so much easier as a person, because I'm shooting him, nothing's happening. So, like, you have to hit him, like, arguably in the right spot. Oh, I got 88% health? Like, what did I hit? It wasn't the lens, like, where he was. So
but
it's
that's
just
where you
pick
have
and
to
choose.
hit the windshield.
That's what I thought too, but there's times where I've hit the windshield and it doesn't register. Sometimes I've hit him in the back where, like, the engine is, and that's hurt him. So, like, I don't understand. See, it's not doing any damage, and then, like, the next time I shoot him there, it will. Sometimes, like, it's just, it's real...
I like how you can't land on it.
Yeah, I
should just be able to stand on the wing and then just shoot the windshield.
See, that one counts.
But that doesn't make any sense.
I died over and over and over and over again. I almost couldn't do this. And it's on fucking easy.
Meanwhile, why would he just sit there in his ship and shoot at you?
I don't know.
That's so lame. Like, his whole goal is just to get to Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
So just go. You're in your ship, fly away.
Yeah. And there's no way that, like, I could withstand a blaster hit. Like, I have no armor on.
Just flying right through the thing.
Yeah. I'm not landing any hits. I hit his windshield. That's fucking dumb. At this point, I'm like, you know, I don't even know if it's worth going any further. Because, like, after a while, like, if I die, I'm 1% health for me.
Ugh.
And it's over. It's like at some point that I'm just gonna have diminishing returns. Like, I'm not gonna go any further. 1%, and I have 5%. Gee, I wonder who's gonna win. And then I gotta always sit and charge this fucking jetpack, but you can't stop moving, otherwise you get hit. So you're just constantly running in circles. And if you land too hard, you get hurt from landing.
Oh.
Just like that. And that wasn't even that far. Land a hit! I mean, he's 1%. Finally! Oh, I was so angry.
So when he's getting down to, like, 1% and you die, then you start over again, like, he's still at 1%.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because I'm on easy mode. And then, like...
Because otherwise you never would have been able to beat him then.
Yeah, I would have just given up. So then this is all weird, like you were talking about. Yeah, I should have been. and there, and several times.
Don't give a person a vehicle that's super fast and then have it in this like closed off track or whatever you want to call it. This is stupid.
And I'm supposed to race these cone heads. That's what they look like to me. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I just keep going. But the faster I go, he goes. If I go real slow, he goes real slow. So it's not a race. It took me a while to realize that, like, I have to make him crash and hit something. And then, like, that's how you...
What did he crash into?
The sand. I have no idea. It's
So, meanwhile, this is, like, Tatooine? Because you just passed the Sarlacc?
Yeah.
So, Han's already been delivered to Jabba's palace? Maybe?
Yeah, you would think so. Either that or that species lives on other planets.
Oh, that just any desert planet is hospitable to Sarlacc.
Yeah.
We're the only planet that doesn't have Sarlaccs in the desert.
And then I died. Right at the fucking finish line. Yeah, it sucked. And, like, I should have died countless times. And then that when it's sand like that, it's like you're hitting walls that don't exist.
Yeah.
Like the game was... That level was poorly designed. And I fucking hate that. Every time you open a door, there's always a bad guy just waiting. Just wait, just on the other side of the door to fucking blast you. So fucking pissed. It's
Challenge point. What did they do?
I don't know. I never got them all. 1% the health for me. And I don't even know why. Like, see how, like, there's that counter for your laser? It's like, you have infinite shots. If I keep shooting, it goes down to 0. But, like, I can like, as fast as I can push the button, I can shoot. So maybe
if I... never overheat?
Yeah, so maybe if I increase the difficulty, like, I can't shoot as much.
You should have tried it, just popped it in just to see how impossible it was.
It was hard enough as it was. And it wasn't because the game was good. Look at that. I'm like, I'm not even aiming because you can't. I just constantly shoot.
Did you get a proper ending, by the way? Or did this game totally screw you?
Oh, we'll find out. It's at the end.
Okay.
Again, did I fall? Like, it was black. They didn't finish making this game.
Powerful gun.
And I ran out of fucking power-ups. So, like, again...
Are you in space?
Yeah. So
like, why did you leave Tatooine?
I don't know. You go from, like, being on the planet to going into the Millennium Falcon, being in space.
The not Millennium Falcon.
The not Millennium Falcon. And it's just over and over and over again. It's like, hey, you remember this? Look, I'm not even hitting him.
It's not the Millennium Falcon. It's got some other name, like the Bicentennial Hawk or something. You should see what the actual fucking name is.
And then this is the worst level. Is
Gotta
the
love
fucking sewer.
Sewer levels.
And it's not because, like, it's dark, because it's actually brighter than the other ones. But I got this thing for, like, I hate being in water levels. I don't like it.
You gotta swim through that garbage water, and it's hard to see. God damn. What? Meanwhile, what are those for? Like, are those...
Chopping up, like, big turds?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm so bad at this. Like, I can't...
Just walk straight.
I'm trying. Oh, fucking getting my ass kicked over here. And then at this point, I'm like, nope, I'm done. Because look in the corner. I slowed it down. You see the tentacles?
Yeah.
I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, getting out of here. Fucking hate this level. Like, there's monsters like that in the water, and...
Yeah, I don't like that. When you have to fight on an XYZ axis,
Yeah.
and it's like... It's just really difficult to shoot.
Yeah, it's already hard enough to control the fucking guy. And then, of course, your boss level, I'm like, oh shit. And I sat here and I, like, attacked these tentacle things. with like fucking testicle balls on the end until I realized like you got to go all the way down here. And there's another Sarlacc pit. They just used the same like mouthpiece, if you could see it.
Yeah.
And then there's a good shot. And you got to attack like its eye, which is stupid. While its fucking ball sack things keep hitting you.
I was gonna say, like, where's your air meter? But there it is.
It shows up after a while, yeah.
So you got 100% jetpack power
when you're underwater, which makes no sense because how could you like use flame underwater? It's dumb.
No. Like, this is all sewer water. You would probably be even if you survived this and killed the monster.
Dying, yeah.
You're infected with something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, like, the water drains, and you just go outside that door that was on the ceiling. And welcome to a new, bigger, darker level. The bigger, darker level.
Wow.
At least, like, you got the fog, and, like, it's showing you...
It's kind of purple.
Yeah, so. It's like, it's, I don't know, showing you the outline of the room. Like, that was helpful. So, like, oh, found a switch. Let's hide it on purpose. And make it impossible to make it to the door in time. I did this over and over and over again.
Well, I hope you showed it. God damn it, you did.
And it's so hard to get to, like, the button and run fast enough.
Just barely got there. Though.
Yeah, just barely. I think.
Are you stuck again?
I think I'm in another level. Like, you can't tell. It's so dark. I had to actually cut a lot of this level out because it was so dark you couldn't tell what I was doing. So, like, this was one of the few parts that you could actually see because it was illuminated.
You know what's funny? Sometimes when you upload a video to YouTube, it's like, hey, this is all shaky and garbage, we can fix it. Or, hey, this is fucked up. Like, I wonder if it'll flag, like, hey, this is super dark. Do you want us to brighten this? So people actually see what you're doing?
I mean, look at that. You can't even tell there was a door there when you open it.
You can barely see a little diamond.
So then you got this boss. Just like a mech thing. I don't know. Super slow.
Yeah, just a slow, big, dumb robot. Like everything else you fought, pretty much.
Yeah. Just fucking bombards you with shit, too.
Kind of like a giant Cylon.
Yeah.
You just stand there like...
Well, I mean, like, why not? At some point, like...
What happens when you die and, like... I mean, I'm assuming you've got lives. Like, does it ever say, like, game over? You gotta start from the beginning?
I've never run out of lives. So, like, even when I've done really poorly, if you have less than 5 lives, it gives you enough to make 5 for the next level. So I just haven't died, like,
fucking
enough
easy
times.
Mode.
Fuck you. Let's see you play this.
No, I can't. Already, like, you saw me try to play Xena. It's essentially the same kind of controls and stuff. I just don't like these games. These early 3D games.
It's just
And I think this
hard.
Looks really, really ugly. I might have loved this when I was a kid. I can't remember, but it doesn't hold up today for me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people who are big-time Nintendo fans are like, oh, you're a fucking snob or whatever. I don't care. I don't like this.
I gotta bring down his life from 100 to 0 3 different times to the point where I'm just hitting his head.
So now he's a head, and then when you kill the head, like, now he's just an eyeball.
And then your jetpack doesn't work anymore. So, like, it's malfunctioned. And so, like, you just keep dying until you find out how to just exploit it. And that's how I won. Just hid behind the corner like that. Like a big pussy who has to play the game on easy.
Tourist mode.
Yeah.
And then you're dead.
Yeah, right? And then you're back in space again. It's a dumb game. It really is. This level was actually kind of cool because it wasn't like you're just in that stationary gun position, like you're actually flying the ship. I thought that was neat. It's giving me 100% on the Star Destroyer. You can't even kill that thing. So, like, why is it giving me a health meter? Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, that is dumb.
So, like,
because then now you kind of get confused. Like, that's my target, right?
Right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. But no, you got to go around. You got to hit these turret things that are on the very end of those spokes, and then once you killed all of those, you still have to meanwhile like fight all the ships, like all the like battle cruisers or whatever that are flying around. Like you still have to attack those, otherwise they'll just shoot you to death. But once you kill all the turrets, then you can go inside. Meanwhile, like there's just an infinite number of fighters, and you got to go through here without hitting a wall. And
why would they design it like this?
Big enough
half doors. And
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, it's dumb. And you have to use your missiles to hit that because your regular laser things did nothing. See, it's still at 100%. So I'm like, great, I can't turn around inside there, so I gotta exit and not hit those half doors, and then I gotta turn around and do it all over again. Yeah, it sucked. It's just a lot of time.
Let's take the Death Star fight, which is like arguably like the least interesting thing in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And like let's like extend it so you have to go in essentially 4 times.
Yeah. So each side that you hit, you can't enter anymore. Ah! And then so you gotta like you can only go in the sides that you haven't like attacked yet. And then so okay, now
let's get out of here. You're nowhere near here, Luke, if that's who that is.
Yeah.
I like how the end is exploding too, but that's it. Just like the did you just die?
Yes. But it forces you. So like the ship explodes.
Oh,
whatever
because that's
is.
the way the character died in the book, I guess.
Yeah. And then where's Dash? He must not have made it. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I expected that, I guess. But then it gives you this. It's like, do you want to find out? Don't play it on fucking easy mode. I'm like, fuck you. No, I'm done. I'm not playing this again.
No, that's pure crap.
And meanwhile, even if I did play it on hard, he's still gonna die. Because that's the way the story's written, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what other ending could it possibly give you?
And then Luke and Leia are like, he was a great friend and
a pleasure to work with.
Yeah, wonderful guy. Now let's never ever mention him again. It's too sad to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little too painful. You know what was too painful? Playing this game. But at least, like, I did it right. I didn't just, like, play a little bit like your Xena and then just quit. Fucking stuck it out.
No, you're the one who said I want to do long plays, and I said I'm not interested in that. So like this is all your baby. You can do all the long plays you want. But now my question is, are you gonna man up and play it properly?
No.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, this is low score, remember? Look at how many people it took to make a really dark game. You can't see the level that's playing behind the credits.
They're showing clips from your favorite parts of the game behind the credits.
Exactly. So, I don't know, would you play this?
No. I have no interest in it. There are very few N64 games I even want to play.
Yeah.
Very few.
Well, I don't know. It takes much longer to do this, but I found enjoyment. I wanted to see like the story or whatever. I don't know, get some sort of like gratification or satisfaction to playing it to the end.
We should look up on YouTube someone like who is a man and actually beat the game on hard and see like what the special ending is.
Yeah.
Like maybe Dash did secretly make it out and now he's like living in retirement somewhere.
He's like at the witness protection program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what a shitty character. He's just, like I said, a Han Solo ripoff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's Shadows of the Empire. Next time you're outside on a sunny day, look down at your shadow. You can be thinking of this. Your shadow's more exciting than this game ever could be.